Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Shreya's e-learning. In this video we will see the following topics: modular arithmetic concept, mod operation with some examples, set of residues Zn, and congruence concept and examples. So let's get started with the topics. So today we will see about modular arithmetic. So why modular arithmetic? Modular arithmetic is used in cryptography for doing all the operations. So since we know the division relationship, that is dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder, as in A is equal to Q into N plus R. So here we have two inputs, that is A and N, and we have two outputs, that is Q and R. But what we want is that we are only concerned with R, that is remainder. We don't need the quotient, we only need the remainder. That is, in other words, we can say that when we divide A by N, what we get remainder, only we are concerned with that. So we can change the above relation. So this relation we can change into the binary operator with two inputs, that is A and N, and one output, that is R. So with these are two inputs and one output, that is R. So this operator is called as modulo operator. So we can see in the given below figure structure, that is modulo operator. Here we are having two inputs, that is A and N, and one output, that is R. Here N we can also call it as a modulus, and R, that is remainder, we can also call it as residue. So N is always positive number, and A can be any integer from set Z. So what is set Z? In set Z there are all integers with positive and negative sign. So A can be any integer from the set Z, and after performing the mod operation we get R, that is non-negative. Why non-negative? Because R is always positive, or it can be 0. So now we will see some examples to perform mod operation. So first example is 27 mod 5. So let's do it. 27 divided by 5, that is 5.4. So we subtract 5 and 0.4, that is we multiply it by this term n, that is 5. So what remainder we get? That is 2. So 27 mod 5 is 2. We get remainder is 2. So 27 mod 5 is 2. So let's see another one, 36 mod 12. So our answer result is 0. And so 36 mod 12 is also 0. Now we will see example number 3, that is minus 18 mod 14. So I'll show you the same way you have to do it. So just write this minus sign in the result and divide 18 by 14. So and do minus 1. Whatever we get, again multiply it by this term. Whatever we get is our result with the sign. But so here, as I have told you in my earlier video, that the R is always non-negative. So what we do to make it positive, that is it should be non-negative, it can be positive or it can be 0. So we will add this term, that is N, to this result. So let's do it. That is, this is result plus 14. So we get answer is 10. So our minus 18 mod 14 is 10. So this way you have to do all the terms with the negative sign. So again, minus 7 mod 10. So write the minus sign, then minus 7, that minus we have taken here, so 7 mod 10, the answer will be 7. Since this term is smaller than this, it comes as it is. But the remainder must be non-negative, so we add minus 7 with this term, so we get 3. So our answer is 3. Minus 7 mod 10 is 3. So I'll give you 2 examples. Try solving by yourself. So 103 mod 15 and minus 35 mod 6. Try solving by yourself and I will tell you the answers in my next video. Now we will see set of residues Zn. So as we have also seen the above examples, so just give a think that the result of modulo operation with modulus n is always an integer between 0 and n minus 1. So as we know that remainder, that is whatever residue result we get, that is always non-negative, and in all the above sums we have always got the result that is always smaller than this n. So answer of A mod n is always non-negative and it is less than n always. It can never be greater than n. So modulo operation creates a set called as set of least residues modulo n or Zn. So basically we know one set, that is Z, but set Z has all the positive and negative integers. But this set, Zn set, is always starting from 0 and ends to n minus 1. For an example, here we can see Z2. So in Z2 set, 0 and 1 will be there because always less than n, that is n minus 1. So 1. In set Z5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there will be always less than n congruence. So sometimes in cryptography we oftenly use the congruence, that is 3 dash, instead of equality. Equality you know is equal sign, that is 2 dash. So mapping from Z to Zn is not 1 to 1. So infinite members of Z can map to one member of Zn. So we will see this with help of some examples. So for an example, if we say, so examples such as 2 mod 10, the answer is 2. 12 mod 10, answer is 2. 22 mod 10, answer is 2. Minus 8 mod 10, answer is 2. So you can check all these solving on your calculator. So in all these cases, like all the examples we took, the remainder is 2. So we can write minus 8 congruent to 2, congruent to 12, congruent to 22 in bracket mod 10. So while writing the sign of congruency or congruent sign, we have to put the brackets because the remainder is same when we divide these numbers, these integers with 10. When we apply mod 10 to all these integers, we get the same remainder. So the congruent symbol is used, then brackets are mandatory. So all these numbers 2, 12, 22, minus 8, we took it from Z, set Z. And the remainder which we got, that is 2, is from set Zn. So thus we said that mapping from Z to Zn is not 1 to 1. And we can map many numbers, that is infinite numbers, members of the Z, to one member of Zn, that we did using this congruency relationship. If you have any doubts and suggestions, please feel free to comment below.